Hey guys, Carl the Horse Race Time. So we're talking about the top three horses I want to bet in the 2025 Preakness. And who do you think is going the second leg of the Triple Crown? And the first horse I like, and we're not 100% sure if he's going to be in the race or not, is Journalism. He got second in Derby. Sovereignty said earlier in the week he was not going to run in the Preakness. So this might be the best chance for Journalism to grab a Triple Crown win. He doesn't have to worry about Sovereignty, doesn't worry about a horse like Burnham Square, Beza, some of the other top 3 year olds, that are might be pointed towards the Belmont. He could dodge him and maybe come over here and get a Preakness win. He's dominated the West Coast, and a horse like Rodriguez, he'll probably be second choice in the betting. He's already proven that he could beat him. So, if the horse can come back and at least fire one of his better efforts off 2 weeks, then this might be it for him. And horses up until recently were not, horses that ran in the Derby were doing good at winning the Preakness. And, we can see if that trend happens. But if the trend doesn't happen, that's going to take me to my second horse. And that's Rodriguez for Bob Baffert. And I know he's going to be the second choice. And it kind of seems like you're going with favorites. But, you never count out Baffert. And he will be a fresh horse coming in. I do think it's need a friendly pace setup. They can't be going like 22 and change and 45. If you're Rodriguez or at the connections, you probably want to see, like a 23, maybe a 47, something like that. I think Rodriguez certainly could, do something there. And, it's also going to need Journalism to not, exactly be on his A game. If Journalism has his A game, then the race is over. It's just, whoever's going to get second in the race. But if Journalism stubs his toe, a horse like Rodriguez will certainly be the one that picks up the pieces and wins. And, Baffert's won the Preakness, I think, it's 8 times. So, never count out Baffert. And then that's going to be my third horse. And this is going to be where I kind of go with the long shot pick. And that's American Promise. And I think after the Derby effort, people are going to be off of American Promise just a little bit. But he is trained by the coach. And if you know Dwayne Lucas, he is a very tough trainer to kind of pick up patterns and stuff. Like one of the ways I like to handicap is, kind of historical pattern handicapping because you see the same things happen with trainers just over and over. And you can kind of pick up on that and get some wins. Or if you're playing like pick threes, pick four, something like that, you can, throw a horse in there that displayed a pattern. But with Lucas, it's just kind of hard to always pick up a pattern. Like when you think the horse will run, it doesn't. When you don't think it will, it does. So this picking this long shot can make me look foolish, or it can make me look smart. If you watch my last year's Preakness videos, I said I like the Dwayne Lucas horses a lot, and he did win last year, and then the year Justify won. I think he got second or third with Provazo that year, and even with his fifth place finisher just still last year, that was not a terrible effort. I know he got fifth, but the effort to get fifth was not terrible at all. So that being said, this will be the horse second start. It came off the 7 week layoff. Uh, I was questioning how the horse was doing coming to the Derby because Dwayne Lucas, one thing is consistent at is running his horses, but he didn't run American Promise. Maybe that was he already had his points. That was a big effort coming in out of the race, and maybe he like you talk about horses that step up, run a big speed figure. The bounce effect, and maybe that was it. He was wanting to prevent the bounce effect or try to, so he was training him up to the Derby. But I think the horse must be doing okay. For him to wheel him right back in 2 weeks. But we'll see what happens. But that's the three horses I like, and thank y'all for watching. Plenty more to come.